the furniture that we got was everything was mobile. Like the desk could turn, the desk could roll, and we had a lot of problems with students kind of playing bumper cars with their furniture and just being very agitated and moving. And I think it really, as a teacher, you have to get over very quickly the idea that they're going to sit still.
I mean, I like the whiteboards and stuff, but I think for English it's probably not very productive since we don't really use them. But I don't like how they're really big, and so we don't really have a lot of space to like move around.
Overall, this style desk with the 3 legs and no bar has been the most successful in this classroom because it allows for students to work together, have a good amount of space for workspace, and not sort of touch each other uncomfortably.
I like these a lot better just because we've had like normal desks for a really long time, so it's like a change of scenery kind of. And like whiteboards and stuff like that, and the old chairs that like spin around, it's just a lot more fun, and some of them can be more productive. The ones in here right now are really big, so we don't really have a lot of space to move around and stuff. But
Kids are more comfortable. They seem to be more focused in on their work. They're more relaxed, and then usually because of that, they can be more productive. Kids are able to move around. I'm able to move around. And we can get it in different formations of the classroom. You can have rows, you can have a circle, you can have a couple circles, a U, whatever the case is.
It's more comfortable because you can have more back relaxing and you don't have a sore back. The wheels are good, we can turn more. Plus we get those cup holders.
At first I thought it might be a distraction, but it turned out the kids like it just fine.
I think with the new furniture, students are more comfortable, which I think is always a good thing during the learning process. They have more options for seating. When they're working in groups, they can get closer to each other. I've also noticed it's easier for me to move around the room because before we had giant tables and the way they were laid out was pretty much the only option that I had because they were so big, and now we have a lot of different options and I can move amongst them a lot easier.
I think definitely in this classroom it's helped a lot because there's a lot more desk space. Like every one of these desks is a lot bigger, and so you can fit, you know, all your stuff on it, your iPad. In other classes that require more things like math, it's nice to be able to fit your math book, your iPad, and whatnot. Some of them I feel are a bit, I don't know, too high up. Not really a big problem. But,
For the most part, it's positive feedback. The one thing I've seen is teachers and students be able to use it in different ways. I think it's more flexible. You can have it in rows like this, or you can have it in groups of 2 or 3 or 4. I think the writing surfaces allow people to do more things, whether it's the high-top tables or the whiteboard tables. I know math uses it a lot. For some students, depending on the style of furniture, the knees hit the bars in the middle. So maybe for bigger students, taller students, that's one issue I've had. Some students like the mobility, spinning around, rolling. Some do not. Some teachers do not like that amount of, so it's like probably not a whole class of mobile, but maybe 3 or 4. We're looking into some different styles of the material that goes on the top that still might be surfaces for writing and for experimentation.